What are your plans for the 75th year of The Third Man?
Yeah, together with Studio Canal, with the world copyright holder, we think about, they will do it with my help and with the material, a luxurious version of a Third Man book, a new Third Man Bible, but specialized also on photos, on pictures. So pictures which had been never released before, about making the movie, etc. So this will be a possibly an expensive book, which is not done by millions in numbers, but this is what Studio Canal wants to do. Plan is there should be a show of the film The Third Man, not in a cinema, they don't want that, and maybe not in front of the Ferris wheel, but somewhere else in Vienna. Rather a giant screen, open air, and they try to find a location. That's what's without us. Because my experience, Geoff, was 5 years, 4.5 years ago, that we had a lot of ideas. And we planned everything perfectly, and they got the copyright for all what the municipality people wanted and everything. And then 2 months before it should start, the municipality pulled out. Then I was standing there like a stupid fool. Like, what are you? Who are you? Why didn't you tell us that you have no power and whatever? And then I said, never in my life I will touch and force things again. If people want to have my help, I've supplied. And that was why I did not intend to do anything for the 75th anniversary except for the museum. Because we have a lot of material, and this will be done. Now in the 3 months break, 2.5 months break, I will add new photos, so studio photos, partly originals, which have been not published before, and so about the filming in Vienna, about the filming in London. That will be done very special. So it's mainly own material in the museum, but then Studio Canal also wants to put a plug on the house entrance. The Harry Lamb, you know everything better than all the others. At the Scheuervogelgasse in number 8, the plug, and I could do the only thing I did because I know somebody who knows the owner of this house. They have about 300 houses in Europe, usually top locations and so on. They don't want to talk to somebody, but since we know somebody, so they listened and they said, it's not a problem for us because there will be possibly around the 2nd of September, Studio Canal director from the French branch. And then possibly some politicians of the city.
Going back to where it started, did you think that the museum would be running still after 20 plus years?
Yeah, Geoff, to be honest, this is actually a recipe I followed already in earlier stages of my little life. Just ignore all the facts. Just don't listen to anybody. Just do it. And that's what I was. And the philosophy for this place here is the same like I did in Athens when I was for long years. When I created a non-ceramic workshop, then I was an artist. And yeah, so that's the way it worked. So just going for it. And you know, Geoff, that my real plan always was to put some light on this time frame of Viennese history, which is virtually unknown. It's unknown internationally, and it's not known nationally. Vienna really, I mean, some American visitors say that a world champion in denial, and I would agree. Vienna is. I mean, there are many other champions in the world. Don't want to ignore the past, but I always say to myself, if you don't learn out of history, what else humanity in the long term can learn out of? I really believe in that.
So there's other dimensions to the museum. It's about the film, and it's about the time period that it's set in, but there's a lot of other things of interest that should be brought to the public.
Karin named it some 15 years ago. She said, why don't you say it's a door opener for us to put light into because the main star of the movie, The Third Man, is obvious Vienna after World War II, a symbol for one of the bombed out cities, but just Vienna by chance came into. So, but it does not work perfectly. Everything else, I'm very happy that I could achieve to get these collections together and the linking bits and pieces and so on. But I wanted to bring actually locals into that, because I know I'm from here. I know in Vienna, talk about anything, maybe about yodeling or about schnitzel or whatever, or sisi, but don't talk about the reality of World War II.
In terms of numbers of items and artifacts, can you give me a figure of what visitors can expect to see?
On display in the cinema part, in the movie part, it's 2,200 items, and here in this pre- and post-war sector, it's about 1,000. So altogether about 3,200 items on display, all originals. We will never put up, also Karin says, not any copies.
You have items both big and small. You have Herbert's iconic hat, for example, but also you have a huge gravestone which you managed to acquire from the central Friedhof. Getting that into the museum must have been quite a project, but it just goes to show the type of variety of items that you actually have here in the museum.
It wasn't so easy to get it. Actually, about the gravestone, I'm very happy. Karin was not happy about it. Me, yes. Because we are a museum, we got it. Otherwise, they don't give away gravestones. They usually erase what's on, and then if another family wants to have something similar like that, maybe they cut it a bit or whatever. But in this case, so we could get it. But we had to wait 5 years because we made so much advertisement, because we did this little pocket guide book, and there it's inside, and that's the reason so many people went to the cemetery, because it's easier than to find it with the guidebook.
What are your favourite items for visitors and film historians to see, and also can only be seen here?
The biggest surprise for me getting was actually the film script of Trevor Howard, because no other actor does that, and he was a theatre-trained man, so he started his career in theatre, and you learn. In film, maybe not so much. You can. It's a different thing to be on stage live, and they learn when a sentence is told to them, or 2, 3. They acted, but Trevor Howard always wrote it down, because we've seen the estate of Trevor Howard when it was opened, and we had been with 2 other people, with the owners. And all the movies, the Mutiny of the Bounty and all the movies, the scripts are packed, especially parts where he played, but also other. He always writes the time, what day, which studio, whatever. And this is a treasure of the film history for me.